Hello everyone and welcome to Realm of Concordia. If you aren't aware, this is a channel where I discuss all sorts of topics that interest me, like games, movies, TV, etc. So for my second upload, I decided to talk about a topic I don't get to discuss much with others. Wrestling! I love pro wrestling. There's so much drama, pageantry, spectacle, guys throwing themselves off high places for our entertainment, and of course, the belts. The championship gold, the brass ring, the highest status for a professional wrestler. Wearing the gold not only shows that your pants will stay firmly in place, but that you have achieved excellence in the industry. And today, I'm going to tell you my favorite belt designs in pro wrestling. Starting us off, we have the WWE United States Championship introduced in the early 2000s on SmackDown. I've seen a lot of hate for this belt, with many people feeling it's too American and has too many stars and stripes, and those people are communists in my book. The United States Championship is the one belt in the industry that I think should be more colorful and decked out with eagles, American flags, and stars. It's the United States Championship. When you look at it, it should scream freedom. Now, with that said, it is at the bottom of the list because the shape isn't very interesting in my opinion, and the size of the belt made it look really dinky on guys like The Big Show. Still, it's a classic in my book. At number 9, we have the WWE ECW Championship. Boo me all you want, this was an awesome belt! Now look, I agree, this belt did not represent the grungy, grandiose style of violent wrestling that the original ECW represented, and the belt absolutely should have been gold. On the other hand, this belt had a flaming eagle on it. The chainsaw border, the size of the belt, I don't care. This was an awesome belt that deserves more love. Number 8, the Winged Eagle belt. Look, I agree. This is a great belt. It's got a very nice Art Deco design, and on guys like Hulk Hogan and Bret Hart and Randy Savage, it looks great. But I have some gripes. For one, it's too small. The World Championship should be a big, giant belt that you can see from the rafters. This one is not a biggin. My other major gripe is that as much as I see people wanting this design to return on message boards, and it has recently at Saturday night's main event, and with Kevin Owens now taking it, it looks like it's made somewhat of a comeback, but this belt is distinctly 80s and 90s in its design. I want you to be honest with yourself. Could you see this belt being worn by John Cena or Brock Lesnar? A World Championship belt needs a timeless design. It needs to look both prestigious and big, and it needs to look good on any wrestler. Good belt, but not near the top. Number 7, the AEW World Championship. I see people talking about this belt like it's one of the greatest championship designs in history, but personally, I don't get the hype. For one, I don't like the shape of the plates. I've never been a fan of elongated belts. For that matter, I'm not a big fan of dual plating on belts where they have both silver and gold. Now there are some exceptions, but I feel it's best to have one main metal, silver or gold. It's very difficult to pull them both off. I'm not a fan of the weird little rings on the belt either. They just remind me of Cheerios. But what saves this belt for me is not only the size, but also the textures on the metal. I like the nuggeted gold texture, the gemstones, and all the touches of having the little globes on the whole belt while still being very subtle. It's a nice touch. And as much as I am a WWE fanboy, I do have to admit, this is a very nice World Championship, all things considered. Number 6, the modern WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Now I'll be honest, when this belt was unveiled by Triple H, I hated it. The original big gold belt had a perfect design and didn't need a giant W right in the middle to remind you what company it belongs to. However, having gotten up-close looks at the actual title and many replicas, I have to say, this has become a personal favorite of mine. Clearly taking inspiration from the big gold belt while maintaining its own unique flair. Get it? Flair. This belt not only has very thick plates, but the detail is exceptional. The strap on the belt is absolutely gorgeously tooled and extravagant, and even the center globe has some really nice texture and detail to it. I'll never truly forgive WWE for getting rid of the big gold belt, but this is a serviceable substitute. Number 5. The White Strap Intercontinental Championship. When Cody Rhodes unveiled this belt, I was very happy, mainly because I was never a fan of the Attitude Era Intercontinental title. Cody Rhodes brought back the classic belt design with a beautiful white strap that instantly made the belt stand out. The shape of the plates and overall design added a very classic and grounded design, with that big blue globe in the middle and a nice nugget texture to the plates. It's a shame that the white straps these days are reserved for the women's titles, because now that the new IC belt has the blue globes, the only thing missing is a white strap. Number 4. The classic Raw World Tag Team Championship belts. These belts are, in my opinion, the best tag team belts WWE ever had. They were a perfect complement to the World Heavyweight title, and they used the perfect amount of gold and black with just a pop of red color. While the WWE tag team belts of the time also looked very nice, the World Tag Team belts just had a bit more of a regal splendor to them. And while I love the new World Tag Team belts, I've never been a fan of perfectly round belt plates. It just looks kind of cheap to me. Number 3. The WWE Undisputed Championship from the early 2000s. To me, this is the best WWE Championship design. Regal, big, just the right amount of gems, very unique shape, and the eagle and globe with a black inlay rather than blue all made this belt perfect. This is a world championship. It's big, it looks important, and it looked great on anyone who held it. I cannot stress how cruel it was that this belt was only around for a few short years. Number 2. The IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Ooh, mama, this is a beautiful belt, and one of the few championship belts with dual plating that knows just the right balance between the two. It's not only big and decked out with large gemstones, but it's a very unique belt as well. The side plates contain the names of previous champions, the etching is exquisite, and the emblem at the very top is like the cherry on top of a sundae. It's magnificent. But not the best. Before we get to my top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. The WWE Big Eagle Championship, the WWE Spinner Championship, mainly for nostalgia, but I still love it. And finally, number 1, the greatest wrestling championship belt, the Big Gold World Heavyweight Championship. This is what I think of when I hear World Championship, and it doesn't matter which version you choose, they're all beautiful. The crumb rind version, the cast copy, the early WWE version, the later WWE version, they are all beautiful. The design on this belt is so complex and yet so simple. The grappling wrestlers against the nugget texture makes them stand out despite their size, the gold globe with the crown above, the elegant swirls and the rope border design, all capped off with beautiful ruby red gemstones. When I played my first WWE game, SmackDown vs. Raw 2009, my brother went after the WWE Championship, but I went after the Big Gold. And after years of only having the plastic belt, I have my own replica Big Gold belt. There has yet to be a belt past or present in my mind that matches the Big Gold belt in looks, prestige, or memory. To me, it is, has been, and always will be the pinnacle of wrestling belts. Thank you all for watching. I hope you had a great time. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and comment your favorite championship below. We'll see you next time on Realm of Concordia, where nerds roam free.